So imagine this. You meet somebody, right? You guys date for a while. You fall in love with who they are and everything that they have to offer. You both have so much in common, and this person checks all the boxes for you, right? But then you get to where they stand politically, and now you're biting your nails, asking yourself questions like, oh man, is this right for me? Is this even possible? Am I able to even do this? And I know for a lot of you guys that are watching this right now, and you guys are like, Jay, what the are you talking about? For most, this is probably a deal breaker, but we're here to analyze and talk about how we can make this possible. Here's the thing. I have some good and bad news for you. The bad news is that you probably wasted a lot of time thinking about this not being possible, because the good news is that it is very possible. Yes, it may be tough and a deal breaker for a lot of people, but for those that are dealing with this, there is hope. All right, there's hope. When getting to know somebody that you like, you always need to prepare yourself for others to have their own opinions and perspective on things, especially politics. But how can we talk about our views on politics without getting into a massive argument, you say? Well, I have 4 ways for you on how to communicate these heavy topics with your partner without it escalating. Now, the first way, when approaching a conversation with your partner, you must prepare and approach the conversation with an open mind for constructive dialogue. So you want to take this time right now to listen to each other's views on why they see and support things a certain way. Listening while understanding and not talking to one another in a shouting match will not only deepen your understanding of your partner, you also give them the support for free expression. And as much as you may disagree with someone, you are respecting them for having their own views and accepting them for who they are. Also, while keeping an open mind to dialogue, you will maybe learn something new in the process that you like. Yeah, hey, look, I'm not here to expect that your partner's going to change your views on how you feel politically. But instead of just staying narrow-minded and focused on just what you want to believe or what you do believe in, this helps you widen your perspective on every aspect. Second, when discussing politics with your partner, you have to remember to have respect for one another, regardless of what they say and how you feel. I think verbally attacking one another in an argument like this, while calling each other names like stupid and la la la, doing this in your little debate between one another isn't gonna get you or the relationship anywhere. And obviously I understand that our emotions can run a little wild in these kind of conversations, but you both need to remember why you're even together to begin with. Relationships aren't just established based on one factor that you guys both strongly share. To make a relationship work and remain healthy, you need to show respect and support for one another, even in times when you may disagree. For ways on how to help focus on respecting and supporting one another in these kinds of conversations, give one another time to say what they actually need to say without talking over one another. And remember to actually listen instead of it kind of just going in one ear and out the other. Because interrupting and talking over one another, just, you know how it is. It ends in an argument and you guys are both frustrated. And instead, you should give your partner the fair opportunity to say what they need to say. And this should be important to you. If you want a comparison, think back to like when you're in class in college or high school where someone's giving a presentation or a speech up in the front of the class. You interrupting in the middle of that shit, bro, you are a dick. Yeah, I know. This is your partner and you guys have been together for a while or you guys have been together for a few months. Yeah, you think you have the right to actually step in and interrupt. No. Listen, you interrupting in the middle of them presenting something that they're trying to bring forward really just makes you look desperate to be right. And that doesn't really accomplish anything in the conversation or the relationship, leaving both parties resentful and disgruntled, honestly, at each other. The third way on how to communicate these kind of conversations with your partner is to just ask questions during the discussion. So instead of talking over one another, trying to explain to them why you're right and they're wrong, ask questions. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to put one of these up, but whatever. Ask questions to challenge their views, giving you both a chance to elaborate on both your facts and opinions. The goal is to educate one another and not belittle or dismiss and treat them as something less. You can kind of compare this to sports in a sense where even if you guys are playing against one another, at the end of the day or at the end of the game, you guys still show love and support for each other. The fourth and last way that I have on how to communicate these kind of topics with each other is to monitor your emotions. And this one's actually really important. So if you feel that your emotions are starting to escalate, explain to your partner that this is something important to you and you would like to re-pick up this conversation, but you just need a moment to recollect yourself. Now, you're doing a great job with this because these are strong communication skills that you're displaying. Leaving the conversation in a place where it can be continued or returnable, as opposed to getting into an argument with one another where now you guys are just trying to avoid confrontation. And now you guys feel that the best way to get over or past these kind of conversations is to just avoid discussing politics overall. But look, I'm not here to tell you that these are the kind of conversations that you should have consistently or all the time, but I think leaving this for the right time and place should be important to one another, as opposed to being those ugly pair of socks where you just leave it in the back of the drawer and you never take them out or wear them again. So there you have it. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you for tuning in and staying with me here. I know you guys are calling me nuts and you're like, Jay, what are you talking about? I'm still not going to date anybody that has opposite political views. That's okay, but listen, we're all in this together. Regardless of how you feel politically, we are all looking out for our loved ones and our neighbors and ourselves, and we all just want the best for each other. So if you hate me at this point, that sucks. But if you do like me, please show support down below by subscribing, clicking the bell button. I don't know where the bell button is. If you want to leave a comment down below on your thoughts or experiences dealing with this, I would love to hear from you. But until next time, my name is Jason and I'm the Life Tender, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.